Our guest today is the founding president of an organization dedicated to eliminating the achievement gap in our community for African American males in grades K through 12. Join us as we visit with Dr. Bernard Hairston to learn about the programs provided by 100 Black men of Central Virginia. Come on! So tell us about the goals and the mission of the organization.
Well, the mission is about improving the quality of life in Central Virginia for all of our citizens, specifically our African American population. The goal of our program is to assist our area public school divisions in closing the achievement gap, specifically focusing on the African American males who are underachievers. And as a school system, we know that that is a challenge that we have not mastered. And we decided to pull a group of African American men together with diverse backgrounds to talk about what impacted them the most in being successful. And as a result of that collaboration, we started investigating models that were currently in place. And we stumbled across this organization called 100 Black Men of America. And we submitted an application for charter. We had to go through an interview process, and we were accepted and chartered in 2009.
I had this man right here, and he helped me out, and it increased my grades. And then I walked out with all A's and B's in my classes. There was this one class where I got a 79, but then I knew I could have probably improved on that, but my mom said, at least you gave an effort to it. At least I enjoyed that you actually tried to put an effort into it. That's why my mom's so involved with this program, because she said that this is a very helpful man and he can really help me and improve my life.
Being a mentor is instantaneous reward, because you immediately are able to see the impact that you're having on today's youth. And for me, it's very rewarding because I don't have children of my own. And so this is an opportunity to help grow and build someone up and feel like you're really doing something positive for society.
Here we go. Let me tell you about something that we do after school. I'm talking about math, and it's called MQ. We all come together in order to learn from people like Wes and Miss Sherburne. It's about 2 weeks of education and fun, and by the time it's all over, we really have won. You see, we're black men just here to succeed. Getting one step ahead is all we need. So visit M-Cubed, and what you see is young men overcoming adversities.
We have 3 primary programs. We have what's called MQ, which stands for Math, Men, and Mission. And the goal is to increase the number who are in algebra by the time they complete middle school. The High School Scholars Program is about promoting the positives of African American males by recognizing them for their scholarly achievements inside the classroom and the work that they do in a positive way outside the classroom. And the Collegiate 100 program is about young men giving back, using the college students to mentor the high school students and the middle school age students.
So how do you go about, let's talk about the students first. How do you go about identifying students to be a part of the programs?
Well, with the Algebra Readiness Program, we look for someone with an aptitude for math, but we don't have to have the stars. We don't have to have the best. We're looking for students who are somewhere in the middle. So we look at their math standards of learning assessment scores. A perfect score is 600. The lowest score, passing score, is 400. So we look for someone around 425 or higher, and we also ask permission from the principal to endorse that student for possible enrollment in an upper level math class, provided they complete our summer school 2-week academy.
And then with the Scholars Program, is that
the Scholars Program is any student who has a 3.0 grade point average or higher. We pull them together for a breakfast recognition program in front of their superintendents, community representatives, their parents. We'd give them a real nice medallion and just say, "That a boy, keep doing it." You know, just promoting the positives. And so 3 years ago, we started presenting scholarships to any of our seniors. And as of 3 years, we have presented 78 graduating seniors with $82,500 in scholarships, and we hope to continue that.
That is fantastic. So how many students are currently involved in the program?
Well, we are specifically working with Central Virginia schools, and we are supporting the area public schools. And so we're looking at 9 school divisions, and of the 12 area high schools, there are approximately 1,200 African American males, only about 1,200 African American males in the 12 area high schools in our 9 school divisions. Now you're looking at, a real small percentage who have that 3.0. When we first started this program, only about 14% of our African American males in those surrounding school divisions who participated had a 3.0. We have bumped that up to over 24% at this point.
So talk about that. Why is this so important in our community?
Why is it so important?
Sure.
Well, I mean, I can bounce that back to you because one of our objectives is improving the quality of life. If you have students who are not getting in trouble, you're improving the quality of life. If you have students who are going on to college and returning to this community, you're improving the quality of life. And we're going to be successful in terms of closing the achievement gap. Not only do we have to change the attitude of our students, but their parents as well our teachers.
Put your napkin on your lap the minute you sit at the table. It stays on your lap until you get up from the table.
The etiquette program is something that we've been doing for several years. It's always exciting to see the young men come in and try to eat soup properly with the soup spoon, to learn how to use chopsticks. And even though we may do it every year they tend to learn something more, and they're always at a place where they can teach others as well. It's just a great thing.
So how do you identify your mentors?
Having a successful mentor is the key to this program because they have to touch base with the young men, they have to work with the school, and they have to work with the home. And you have to have someone who is credible. In order to become a member, we have to vet you. We do a background check to make sure there's no history associated with, not having any sort of poor decisions relative to working with young people. So that's first and foremost. But we expect a mentor to give a minimum of 10 hours a week providing mentoring support to a young person. We have one-to-one mentoring support for our MQ scholars, and we do group mentoring for our high school scholars.
So there's a summer academy that takes place over 2 weeks, right?
Yes.
So you do this, and then what happens? What's the follow-up?
Well, see, this summer academy is about preparing the young men to build their sense of self-confidence and their self-awareness of who they are, and a positive sense that I can be the best, I can be competitive. But you got to reinforce that throughout the course of the year. Thus, the mentoring component with the men in the 100. We do group mentoring activities throughout the year and individual mentoring programs. We're taking the young men to football games, basketball games. We do annual etiquette workshops to teach them, how to dine and how to have wonderful conversations, to make sure you pick that right person for you when you're taking a young lady out. It's one of those lessons in life experiences. As a mentor, we have to share experiences that we have with our young men so that they will not make some of the same mistakes. And, you're walking in our footsteps. And, if we can teach you something based on some of our experiences, so be it.
Talk about the importance of the parents' role when your students are involved in these programs, because that plays a huge part, doesn't it?
Parental involvement is the key to success. That's all I need to say. And we try to empower our parents by educating them of what quality looks like. Quality instruction, what it looks like. Quality instruction specifically designed to motivate your child, your African American male son, to enjoy learning. You take a book like this and you tell them that, hey, this is you, this is how you can change things because this is the way this guy did it right here. That's changing an attitude. You need parents to sit down with their children to say, this is important. This is a priority for you. It should be first and foremost. And so we work with our parents to change their attitudes about their roles in working with their sons.
My dad was one of the members of the 100 Black Men, and he asked me to do the program, and I think it's a great program to get involved in because it helps you in school, it helps you get focused, and helps you later in life, not just during high school, but it prepares you for, I guess, later in life when you're trying to get a job and things like that.
Just the satisfaction of seeing the young men be successful and grow, it is really a wonderful experience. So our goal is to take a student and get them involved in our work environment and to help them grow as a student and grow as a person, to help them understand what the business world is like. So for me, this was a no-brainer. This is a great opportunity to work with a great organization right here in Charlottesville.
One of the ways that you all fundraise is through a gala. Tell us about that.
Well, this is an organization where our mentees, and we're talking about over 100 in our MQ program who are currently receiving services, and over 250 in our Scholars Program, and over 40 in our Collegiate 100 chapter that we serve. And our programs have not cost our mentees or their parents a penny. A penny. So we're talking about giving scholarships out. We're talking about planning programs where we're able to support them. So we, of course, we have dues with our members, but we also plan programs such as a Black Tie Gala, and that's our primary fundraiser, and we get support from many of our local businesses.
So what do you want to do in the future, talking about moving forward? What's your big goal?
So one of the challenges I see is when we work with these young men in collective groups, how do they transition into that regular setting on a day-to-day basis? For example, when you have your young men who are in your summer academy for 2 weeks and then they transition back into their regular school. And so that's a challenge. So a goal that I have is to try to educate our teachers, our administrators, our parents about how you reach and teach the African American male. And so, that's all about being culturally relevant and understanding who they are and teaching to their strengths. Reach me, then you can teach me.
I guess the best thing I like about being a mentor is seeing the smiles on the kids' faces, and I guess if they like the program, to see them when they come to high school, see how good they're doing and how well they're doing.
I think I try to help out just like they helped me out. Because it could be somebody in my situation, just like they helped me out in my situation, I could help somebody else out.